husband is a spirit.
Amara, you shouldn't have followed me.
In a quiet village surrounded by tall palm trees and dusty paths, people still whisper about a woman who married a man who did not belong to the world of the living. They say if you walk near the forest at midnight, you might still hear her calling his name. But the truth of what happened that night is far more terrifying. Many years ago, in a small African village called Obanla, there lived a young woman called Amara. Amara was known throughout the village for her beauty and her kindness. Her skin shone in the sun, and her laughter brought joy to everyone around her. But despite her beauty, Amara had one secret sorrow. She had no husband. In her village, most women her age were already married with children. But for Amara, no man ever seemed right. Some were too proud, some were too poor, some simply did not interest her heart. And so, as many years passed, whispers began. One afternoon, while pounding yam outside her hut, two village women walked by. One whispered loudly, enough for Amara to hear. Such beauty, yet no man has chosen her. The other one laughed softly. Maybe the spirits have claimed her. Amara pretended not to hear, but the words cut deeply into her heart. One evening, as the sun was setting and the sky burned orange and gold, a stranger walked into the village. No one had ever seen him before. He was tall, handsome, dressed in fine clothing. Around his neck had a strange bead that shimmered faintly in a fading light. The village watched him with curiosity. He walked calmly through the village until he stopped in front of Amara's hut. Amara looked up in surprise. The stranger smiled gently. "My name is Kellan," he said. His voice was deep and calm. "I have traveled far. I have come looking for a wife." Amara heart felt and skipped. The villagers gathered around, whispering among themselves. Kellan continued, "And I believe I have found her." He looked directly at Amara. The village elders were pleased. Kellan had apparently appeared wealthy and respectful. He brought gifts, fine clothes, beads, and even a small bag of gold coin. Such generosity was rare. Within a few days, the marriage was arranged. The whole village celebrated. Drums echoed through the night. Women danced around fire while children laughed and played. Amara could hardly believe her luck. At last, she had a husband. But as the celebration ended and the people returned to their huts, Kellan said something strange. "I must tell you one thing," he said softly. Amara looked at him. "What is it?" Kellan's eyes darkened slightly. "I cannot stay with you during the day." Amara frowned. "Why?" Kellan looked away. "My work keeps me away, but every night I will return to you." Amara felt confused, but she nodded. She was too happy to question it further. And so their life began together. Every night, Kellan returned. He was kind, gentle, and loving. But every morning, before the first rooster crowed, he would leave. No one ever saw him during the day. At first, Amara ignored the strange arrangement, but the villagers began to talk. One afternoon, Amara's friend Nala came to visit. "Amara," Nala said. "Yes?" "Have you noticed something strange about your husband?" Amara hesitated. "He leaves early for work." Nala shook her head. "No one in the village has ever seen him walking." Amara felt a small knot of worry in her stomach. Days passed. Amara tried to ignore her growing curiosity, but one night as Kellan slept beside her, he noticed something strange. His skin felt cold. Not cool like the night air, cold like stone. Amara slowly pulled her hands away. Her heart began to race. The next morning, before Kellan could, she spoke. "Kellan." He stopped. "Yes." "Why can't you stay during the day?" For the first time, Kellan looked uneasy. "You must trust me," he said quietly. "That's all I ask." And then he left. That night, Amara made a decision. When Kellan left, she would follow him. So when the moon rose high in the sky, Kellan quietly stepped outside. Amara waited for a moment before slipping out behind him. He walked through the sleeping village, and then towards the forest. Amara's heart pounded as she followed him from a distance. The deeper they went into the forest, the colder the air became. Finally, Kellan stopped. He stood before an ancient shrine. covered in strange carvings. Amara hid behind a tree. There something impossible happened. Kellan's body began to glow. Blue light spread across his skin. His eyes shone like a burning star. Amara gasped. Kellan was no human. He was a spirit. Kellan slowly turned. His glowing eyes locked onto the tree where Amara was hiding. His voice echoed through the forest. Amara, she froze. You should have not followed me. Amara stepped out quietly, trembling. What are you? Kellan's spirit flickered in form of moonlight. I am not meant to belong to your world. Tears filled Amara's eyes. Then why did you marry me? Kellan looked at her sadly. Because even spirit can feel loneliness. Kellan moved closer. Now you know the truth, he said. You cannot return to the village. Amara's heart shattered. What do you mean? Kellan's voice grew colder. Humans who discover our world cannot go back. The forest wind began to swirl around them. But you have one choice, Amara whispered. What choice? You may remain here with me forever. The forest fell silent. The villagers say Amara was never seen again. Her heart remained empty. Some believe she chose to stay with the spirit. Others believe she tried to escape and was taken by the forest. But even today, the moon is full. When the moon is full, the villagers say a woman's voice can sometimes be heard deep in the forest, calling softly into the darkness. Kellan, and somewhere in the shadows, a spirit still whispers.